Hello everyone, welcome to the Cheapness Affordable Gaming review stream. Today we're doing a free game, Crowalt, Traces of the Lost Colony. It is free until the 9th of March, I believe, 7 PM South African Standard Time. Strange, usually it's 8 PM South African Standard Time. I guess it depends on where the game developer is based. So you'll get slight variations sometimes. And yeah, it's kind of a solid free game, a point-and-click adventure game with a detailed pixel art style, as you can see. I don't know if it's intended as comedic. So far, I didn't find that comedic, but the only rough thing about it really is some like textual errors and stuff. It's kind of hard to like determine the tone of the game and stuff from it, because like a lot of it is kind of absurd, but it's presented in a way that it kind of feels serious. You may see this as we continue now. I will start from the start again, because I'm not sure how long this game is. I played for 2 hours, surprised, like really long. Sometimes when I do a free-to-claim game short, you know, it can get away from me. But I don't think I was necessarily that close to the end. Yes, in this game, we are an adventurer who came from France to America, to the colony of Crowalt, to discover what happened to the colony of Roanoke. Because all that was left of the colony of Roanoke was a carving, as you saw, of the name Crowalt on a tree. What a trip that was! I knew that this trip would have melted a big chunk of my money, but I never get to convincing the captain to let me off. Just one person would empty my old pocket. Yes, as you'll see now in the inventory, I only have 1 shilling left. Or you. Like, very, like, yo, a lot of attitude. He constantly, his idle animation, his arms are crossed. Let's check here. Okay. Alright. Well, him being able to come even near here takes skill for sure. I can already feel that it'll be worth it despite all these hardships. It's time to pursue my own discoveries. Crowalt is going to be the place that I find myself, I know that. Now to find some place to spend the night. Okay, here are the standard, you know, point-and-click adventure mechanics. These raindrops aren't necessarily, like, fitting with the rest of the pixel art, but, you know, they're decent. Later on, you might have seen from the mini-games, later on you pick this lock. I'm just gonna open this toolbox now, because we need that to get into the area following now. Okay, toolbox, see, there's our last shilling. Open the toolbox. Nail puller and a hammer. Abandoned boat. Pull the nails. Okay, I mean, that one was like nailed down into the boat. I don't know if that was worth it, but yeah, it's kind of like harming the boat itself, honestly. I mean, the point was to keep it dry, but with those holes in the boat, you know. And here we are at the town of Crowalt. And here the Tanaka tribe is to the right. I'm gonna go back, because I haven't seen what you... Because I followed, like, the order of the, quest this one time, instead of just exploring everywhere. So let's see what happens if we go here before I have a certain item I need to be able to pass. Okay, it doesn't allow you. I have to find somewhere to spend the night. Yeah. Right. It's a very solid free claim, especially if you like point-and-click adventure games. May not be the best example of the genre, but you know, it's decent. It's, you know, wet side, don't get in with wet shoes. Great. So here, it's really one of those classic. Like, I think this might be an example of moon logic. I've never bothered to truly learn what the term means, but here, as you'll see a hint at this, guess the sign is clear enough. I have to take care of it before I get even more wet. Either my feet or the message. So you see, either you have to dry your feet or you have to change what the sign says. So, you know, change the sign. Okay, wait, combination puzzle. Rusty, the hammer and nails. Hammer in the, sign. Now it says fresh fish. If you can't follow the rules, why not change them? Yeah. I think that's what moon logic is. I mean, one of the clearest examples of moon logic I've ever seen was the Dream Machine, a point-and-click adventure game, handcrafted, very lovely, about someone who goes into different people's dreams. And once you kind of needed to just take the moon out of the sky, just click pick up, and it took the moon out of the sky. And it was like a mini moon in your inventory. Even the noise of lightning is enough to make someone feel exhausted. Finally, a warm and sheltered place. That woman must be Riley. I can rent a room by talking to her. Since he drinks that much, he either loves it a lot or has a lot of things he would like to forget. It's like this pianist providing the music to this area. Obviously better than the voice of thunder, and he plays very well. It's quite dour music. He looks pretty fresh. It's very hard. Okay. Hello? Bonjour, madame. You must be Riley. As mentioned, you came from France. And you must be a genius. Tell me what brought you here on such a stormy night. I'm an adventurer. I'm after the lost colony. If you're one of those crazy treasure hunters, you'll get along well with the pirates who come to the Crowalt from time to time. Even so, I think you'll have a hard time finding a lost colony. Everything is in apple pie order here, and it doesn't matter if we are lost, as long as we make a life for ourselves. No, I'm not after treasure or anything. Apparently, you don't know much about what I'm looking for. Look, you give me a room and I won't keep you busy. I'm quite tired. Upstairs, you can take the room in the far right corner. The key must be somewhere upstairs. After all, we're a small town. There are not many threats around, so you better make sure you're not one either. I've no doubt about that. After all, I'm not a man who lives by the sword. The ones who put their swords in their place live a more peaceful life. Oh, thank you. I can't think of anything else right now. I'm you, by the way, you Radcliffe. Like Daniel's ancestor. Alright, you. Fun fact, Hugh Grant's middle name is, what is it, like Mungo? So it's like Hugh Mungo Grant. That factoid, courtesy of the of Last Week Tonight. If this place is not like downstairs, it's damn cold in here. Okay, neglected to decorate this place. He's on the base. Can't interact with his chest for some, like, it seems so interactive. Reminds me of my friend Boucher. Was it Boucher? Because, you know, France. No, it's not behind the painting either. I know where it is. I'm just, you know, clicking on things so you see all the games to offer. A little creepy instead of cute. What's it doing here? Okay, book. Oh, so there's another bookworm around here like myself. Yeah. How do we get out? Oh, okay. Okay, open this door of this key. Opened. Hopefully, since I know a great deal of what already happens, we'll be able to get to where I was quite quickly, and we'll see new stuff. I've read that buffaloes can be very sacred to some indigenous tribes. I don't know if that's based on real fact, or this is something the developer has spitballed. Okay, lockpicks, we'll need those later. A tarot card. You can get artifacts, they're just for like story. You know, artifacts, tarot card. An ancient tarot card, the Lover, shows two people with empty minds. Besides love, it's also one of the oldest symbols of a new settlement and a new home, under the control of a bigger power. I mean, that's probably a very overt way of showing that symbolism with like the puppet hands. Yeah. Okay, pick up the lamp. So I forgot, I picked that up, but like you actually automatically use that lamp. So I wonder, will you just walk around in the dark if you... Okay, the buttons fell off. If you don't like pick up that lamp, will it just be in the darkness? Because there's an area where you use it. Okay, it reminds me of my journey to Crowalt. There has to be a painter in this town. Hard to think of such an, you know, early colony, but there could be a painter here, like using like ingredients in the area to create their paint. Jacob Hill, a rope dancer. So a circus had come here once. I mean, you could tell like early before that, like trapeze and like circus equipment, like I'm gonna walk on this tightrope that isn't that far off the ground. I need a balmy sleep. I don't know if that's the right word to use there. You're where you'll meet your destiny, young man, as said by the mysterious man. Come closer. You came Crowalt to find the lost colony. Here's what I'm talking about by rough, some textual errors. Although maybe that's really old English. You came Crowalt, maybe, but like there are other examples where it doesn't seem likely that that was intentional. You know, if you saw the short, I showed that bit where they asked, "Who made you such angry?" Which that could also be old English, but I don't know. You know, because some of it sounds like very modern English. As we'll see, like someone uses the word weird at one point, so, you know, you decide for yourself. But this actually is a lot more of an adventure for you. Something that you desired for a long time. This is going to be your first expedition without your master. If you can make it, of course. But you have no idea how weird, okay, there we go, of a thing you're getting yourself into. He warned you, but to heaven that even he was not expecting this much. How do you know all that? Who are you? There will be enough questions for you to answer in Crowalt. I'd say don't add to them. Take this cloth, and if you want to take a closer look at your destiny, clean the gravestones. And the guy just disappeared out of nowhere. What's going on? This game, well, the pixel art is rather nice. Not my favorite kind, but some people love it. You know, the animation isn't like amazing. You know, as you can see, sometimes like you don't really see your hands moving and stuff like that. You're constantly doing the arms crossed pose. What's that? The name Riley? Okay. So is Riley going to die at some point? I mean, in all fairness, like, games like Broken Sword have, like, light art moments too, but, like, it manages to balance them better. You know, this just feels a bit strange, honestly. Russ? Although maybe I'm being too harsh. All these people. Tawa. Okay, Tawa is probably going to die. And that's Walton. What's that? A new stone? Wonder whose name is written on it. Whose name is going to be? You? You? Ominous thing. This can't be real. What's happening? It's impossible. Hey, come out wherever you are. Tell me what's going on here. And then there's like a little bit of sweat coming off of him. Fortunately, it's just a nightmare. The trip must have exhausted me a lot. I hope I can sleep well this time. I feel refreshed. Let's go down to business. A little bit of particle effects here. Yeah. Okay, pirates, yeah, which, especially from the cartoonish way they're depicted, it reminds me of Monkey Island. So this game probably had Monkey Island as an influence. Like most point-and-click adventure games, I mean, it's really hard not to have that as an influence. I knew that pirates occasionally visit the colonies. It's best to remain distant. Morning, Riley. You have a really lovely place. I had a great sleep. I'm glad to hear that. I wouldn't have accepted anything besides that anyway. I saw a sign indicating that there's a tribe nearby. Yes, we share these lands with a tribe. It's quite understandable given that we are the ones that arrived later at these lands. Actually, they look quite reasonable people, but Governor Walton is the one who controls the town's relations with them. My relations with them do not go beyond trade. It seems I have to meet Mr. Walton first. Frankly speaking, I'm a little relieved about the tribe. It is none of my concern. See, that's a weird, disjointed statement to make after that. Like, do outsiders come here often? It's usually ships coming here for trade. Occasionally, Edward and his crew stops by. Edward is the one who is sitting in the corner and does not have one of his eyes. Since we have a good relationship with him, they don't let other pirate ships get too close to here. People like you don't stop by much. Honestly, it relieves me that you have a good relationship with the pirates. From my journey to Crowalt, I've heard some unpleasant things about pirate dangers in the colonies. It's not my business once again. By the way, if you're gonna stay more than a night, you have to pay 2 shillings in total for up to a week. I didn't want to give you a headache because you were tired yesterday, but right now, you can't even take a step outside the door without giving my money. I thought you can give me a little more time for this. Only have 1 shilling left if you accept. No exceptions, you. I can't possibly grant a favor, which I would not even grant to an acquaintance, to an outsider like you. Furthermore, in places like this, there can be different ways of earning money. You should get moving. Hey Riley, I brought your axe with me. I put them in that box over there so they don't get shattered. Thanks, Russ. I must have paid for them. I remember, Riley. I'm not that senile yet. See you. All good, Russ. I may be able to help you with your small problem. You don't have to worry about the payment. I can handle this easily. By the way, I'm a merchant. Crowalt is one of my shops. Name is Albert. Nice to meet you. Well, thank you. Nice to meet you too, Albert. More importantly, I can help you with your main goal. Yes, Riley has told me about you and your search for the lost colony. Really? Avoid they... Oh, just one... Just avoid... Although I dare to try to the end, I cannot say no to such convenience. Also, another, like, weird phrase. Yeah, of course not a big deal. It's just, let's keep our voices down so the people around us wouldn't hear. Only if you can help me with something just a little bit risky. Oh, thanks, I won't take it. I'm too new in this town to take this kind of risk. Never mind, I'll find another way to make the payment. Whatever you say, my offer is always on the table. Soon you will realize that a familiar hand will be very useful to you in this town. Sure, whatever. Look, I have to admit that you don't look like a bad person. So I'll make an offer to help you with it. I have to leave for a short time to get the job done. Clement has not arrived yet. Can you bartend until I get back? Or at least I can do that. Okay, I'm gonna do this because I'm afraid I'm gonna miss the opportunity, but I think this, you can't, this is gonna fail no matter what I do. Listen, the townspeople like to start drinking early. This place might get pretty crowded soon. Our problem is that we may not be able to meet this demand. In other words, our current beer stock may be insufficient. That's why I need to leave. The key to doing a good job is using a little water to supplement the drinks until I arrive. Water? So we're going to fool customers? Keep your voice down. Can you imagine how difficult it is to run a place by yourself in this town? Just do what you gotta do. Alright, I'll do it. I count and you get to work. The art of cheat tending. Okay, now, basically what they say is, like, every drink has 5 parts. Depending on what they describe, you need to cater the strength of the drink. The stronger they want it, the more parts beer you have to put in the drink, the more parts water you can add when they want something less strong. And that you can make the 70 units last until Riley comes back. And the thing is, spoiler alert, this thing's gonna be stolen, and I don't think there's a way to stop them from stealing it. And you'll see what that means. That was a really long night. Can I have something to drink? I think that's like a 4 bar. 4 bar? Go. Oh, okay. 5. Ugh. Okay. Then you can water down at least 1 with subsequent drinks. I know that trick. Thank you. Okay, just clicking here in case I can stop them from stealing. I don't think I can. Okay, strings that slowly fade away. My arms broke off from cutting meat the whole day. Make me forget this pain. I didn't know that was a phrase. My arms broke off. When they ask to forget pain, you need to give them 5. You need to give them 5 parts beer. And then you can water it down by 1. Do some more, then we can water it down by yet another 1. So only 3 parts beer. My bones, I can feel the relaxation already. Click, 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 in case I can salvage this. Because the game claims you can make choices, but I'm not so sure. We'll see, there's another choice you can make. Otherwise, they're going to default to us having to accept help from the guy in the red hat. Who are you? Where is Riley? Whatever, give me something strong. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to get 5. Thanks, honey. More power to you. Click, 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 click. I'm going to sail tomorrow. It is my last chance to get a nice buzz. Still give me something not too strong. It's either 3 or 4 for him. Let's give him 4. 5 C's. Fishes are spinning around my head already. I'd best make way to the docks. Okay, he stole it. Okay. So, we're never gonna find that thing, I guess. She doesn't even know my existence, yet I still miss her eyes deeply. Can you give me something to prevent me from thinking? Okay, 5 parts it is then. More. Okay, we can water it down. Not much of a puzzle, because usually you have to give him like 5. I've never been able to get away with giving less than 3. Looks like even these won't be enough to extinguish my inner flames. I feel thirsty after traveling around and singing songs. Could you give me something that is enough to quench that? 4? Oh, what? Okay, you need... Everyone wants 5, apparently. It's worth the coin I tossed. I can write a song in the name of this. It works. Okay, maybe it's because he was drunk. Maybe it wasn't a textual issue this time. The sun rose to me on the field today. A strong drink. Oh, it picks me up. Let's go. Let's just give up 5. This is not much of a puzzle. I think my last coin will be enough for the second glass. Okay, that we can water down a bit. Cool down at last. Now time for a good old afternoon nap. I just lost to those damn pirates at a game of 5-finger fillet. You better give me something to forget the pain. Okay, 5. Even though, like, he cut, like, his hand, I'm guessing. Because 5-finger fillet is that thing you do with the knife in the hand. Go on, keep them coming. There is still enough space in my stomach. Come on, continue. It's better the more I drink it. The pain is lessened, even if just a little. We're almost done with, you know, defrauding the clientele. Hey pal, I only have enough money for 1 drink. Let's give him a 4. Okay. Alright. I got an achievement for that. Apparently, for like not watering down a certain client's drink. I haven't seen you around here before, but it is as if I felt your arrival. Could you give me something to drink, my boy? Sure, Gandalf. I take care where you're going, my light guide your way. Why is there a wizard in the Americas? Riley, you're here. As you can see, I took care of everything without any problems. Yes, I can see that, Hugh, and I can also see that the box left by Russ is missing. I disregard your work. How can you let it be stolen? I didn't know that it was my responsibility. It's not my concern, Hugh. Just make the payment. Be sure that you won't like the bad side of me. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's not Old English. That's be sure that you won't like the bad side of me. That's such a weird way to phrase that. Isn't that right, Edward? Yo-ho-ho, ye the boss here, Riley, and we love ye. Alright, I'll take care of it. Okay, now here's another thing we can do to possibly get money. We can play them at 5-finger fillet. Ahoy, lad. Would you bet anything with me? I can bet 1 shilling. We don't need your doubloons. Our last hit was good enough. Ain't that right, Jack? Indeed I. Ha ha ha. We can watch you try 5-finger fillet just to decide if we're gonna respect ye. If you don't hurt yourself more than 5 times in 5 rounds, we'll give you a shilling. But we be sure that you cannot do this. Okay. Okay, I have to hurt myself less than 5 times, but not do it perfectly, because when I did it perfectly, they didn't give me my money. If you cannot do it, We won't let your doubloons or anything. Your pain will be enough for ye. Ain't that right, Jack? It really be, Edward. Bloody fingers. Yo ho ho. Well, I'll take it, even though I've never tried it before. My options are limited. Come on then, let's see your skills. Okay. Alright. Up, left, okay. 1. Let's do it 5 times in a row, and then I'll fail on purpose. 2. 3. Because if you do it perfectly, they say, hey, you said you never played this game before. Get out of here. Yeah. Like 4. Okay, 5. Now lose on purpose. Ow. Ow. Let's get this one right. And then let's fail this one. Alright, maybe we need to hurt all my fingers. And the thumb. What a shame. I told you, lad, it was obvious this job was not for ye. Foolish head, weird feet, or bleeding fingers. Ha 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 ha. It really be, Edward. That was a great joke. Wait, what? Was that a joke? That's terrible joke structure. Oh, was what they meant? If you get hit on all 5 of your fingers, do you fail? But like, it's not clear, you know. I mean, kind of like, why? It's kind of bad that even if I did it perfectly, they wouldn't give me more money. Okay, let's go up. Maybe there's like money I can get in a vase or something. Hammer. Why would you do such a thing? To get monies. That cough in the background that said Brogan and Pineapple Express. Okay. Alright, we're gonna have to get Albert's help. Does your offer still stand? It's weird because the description of the game says you have to make decisions, I think. And so far, I haven't really been able to truly make a decision. Of course, change your mind. Luck not on your side. I have to. It's not as easy as I thought it would be. Told you. Will you help me try to find the lost colony? I will, you as a matter of fact. During your trust, I will even give you something that will excite you. Here you go. A new artifact added to the artifacts list. This is actually the Queen's decree on the colony of Roanoke Island. It is precisely that. Truly magnificent. I wasn't expecting to make progress this quickly. There will be more too. Now let's get to what you will do for me. Like, I'm guessing Queen Elizabeth wrote this. I want you to go to the marketplace and see that man with a green hat. Hand over this patch to him. He will direct you towards the house. Meet me in front of it. Don't forget to take the key too. Alright, I'll do as you say. And remember, Hugh, this will be a pretty beneficial partnership for both of us. We're doing shady deals. A barrel of liquor. A pleasant view. A farmhouse. Okay, here's Russ. Potatoes and tomatoes. Tools. The man in the green hat. Hello, you must be the one Albert was talking about. Were flat caps invented yet? Yes, Albert said he'd send someone. I think I need to get a key from you. Firstly, let's see the pouch he promised. No key before you hand me the pouch. Just seeing if I can scam this guy. Good, just as you promised. Now here is the key. The thatched roof house you see after you pass by Riley is mine. Albert has bought it with the money in his pouch. You need to go there. So the pouch was in exchange for the house? Yes, I had to sell it. It's probably nothing but bad luck so far. Actually, I can say the same for Crowalt too. I'd hoped to find salvation after the hardships I endured. So a few years ago I decided to settle here. Just like many other people did. Yes, that's true, but I see that there is no hope left for me here anymore. None of my work went well. In fact, there are many things that don't go well for people here. For some reason, these people's happiness seemed a sham to me from the very beginning. But I don't care anymore. I'm getting on the first ship and leaving this place. Really? So you're leaving? Without delay, meeting with Albert has been a great opportunity for me. Honestly, I didn't think I would leave like this with my pockets full. I hope things go as you planned, and meeting Albert will bring me as much luck as it has brought you. I hope so, stranger. I'll race here until the next ship gets ready to depart, if you don't have any more questions. Have you ever stayed at Riley's? That place has been every newcomer's first stop in Crowalt for many years. It's like everyone's Crumman house in this town, for a fee, of course. The last time I stayed there was a few years ago, but now that I've spoken to a few new settlers and merchants, I hear that neither the place's comfort nor Riley's attitude has changed. Since you're new around here, you must have been victim of plenty of Riley's rebuke. Yes, I arrived at Crowalt last night. This morning was a very hectic one for me, so I kind of understand what you mean. About the Lost Colony. You know anything about the Lost Colony? They came to a nearby island called Roanoke about 150 years ago, and then mysteriously disappeared. 150 years ago, so they must have been very early settlers. I don't know about that, but those who came here had usually tried settling in other colonies first. Crowalt isn't exactly a popular first choice for those who come. Anyway, I haven't had time to think about such myths, because I've been trying to build a new and comfortable life here up until now. Okay. Alright. Like, coincidentally, we've come in sync with this animation. Okay, Riley's place. Okay, shovel, we'll need that. There's kind of like a lot of variation in the types of houses. Some are like rare ones have like this brick, like rough brick, and then like the governor's office is just a wood cabin, as you can see. Here's a little birdhouse next to the common treasury. This is made of fancy stone with lovely purple ivy or something on it. And then you get a thatch house. Hey Hugh, there you are. Thatch house is the opposite single to brick house. Hey Hugh, there you are. Yes, I gave the patch to the man as you wanted, and I also brought the key. Nice, I see you stuck to the plan. Do I get another chance? I think he means, did I have another choice? Do I get another chance? Oh, you, please don't talk like that. You made it sound like I forced you to do this. Yet you are the one who chose this. You could have paid your debt to Riley in another way, of course, if you'd been able to. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, let's get back to work. What must I do now? Now I want you to enter this house with the key you got from that man. That's obvious. What a bright mind you have. Please don't mind me making jokes like this. Was that a joke once again? I don't know if this is like a translation issue. Don't worry, Riley's unmatched in such matters. Albert, if you are willing to pay such a price for it, you must be after something that's really important. What is the deal with this house? For now, you don't need to know all the details. I'll just tell you what you need to do. You must have seen the common treasury while you were coming here. Yes, it was not hard to notice it. I'm sure it wasn't. It's the place where the townspeople have been collecting their common heritage since the founding of this colony. Books, diaries, old valuables, you name it. Nowadays it is under renovation and they're reorganizing the place. There's something there that should be in my hands. And look, Hugh, this is really important. If it should be in your hands, then why is it there? It's a long story, Hugh, but you have to trust me with this. The item I need is a scroll. I'm sure there's more than one in there, but you will easily recognize the one I need. It has a red feather on it. I know it's sealed, so you better make sure it's still not open when you bring it to me. The house will be your gateway to the common treasury. A tunnel was dug under it a long time ago. Use it to get into the common treasury. That's not true. What? Are you really asking me to, like... Okay, that's a weird way to say, oh, come on, you can't ask me to do this. Yeah. Are you really asking me to trespass into such an important building? Look, Albert, I thought you were a respectable person. Come on, Hugh, don't tell me you thought it would be easy being an adventurer or explorer or whatever you want to call it. I'm sure you've got into trouble before too. Besides, I'm telling you how to handle this job in the easiest way. I'll be waiting for you at Riley's place. Take the scroll and meet me there. Alright, see you later, Ben. Hope this job doesn't bring me any more unexpected trouble. I just got here last night and didn't think things could get so complicated this quickly. Although I have my doubts about Albert, the fact that he's handed me the Queen's Decree clearly shows he knows more about what I'm after. For now, I need to focus on getting this done without any trouble. I'll go now. Just checking out the other things, haystack. This is another fancy house. A throne book. It's like a book of poetry. Sorry, she isn't even aware that I exist, yet I still deeply miss her smell, her eyes. I think I remember you from this morning. Yes, you are. Even the drink you gave me couldn't relieve my pain. Misery loves company, but surely I'm not the one you're talking about. Yeah, okay, that's one of the persons we served during the minigame. Alright, now we're in a creepy little cabin. Take this cage. I think I know what to use it for, but I haven't done it in the previous play. Take the nails. Since they showed up in such an unexpected place, I can't help but think they might be somehow useful to me later. Like, there are nails in a bear's mouth. They must be useful to me later. I mean, such useful things. Okay, we'll take the tool handle, but not this knife. It can be useful if I'm holding something sharp. But, like, it's hard for me to say these things. Come on, you know, it's a point-and-click adventure game. They've always had, like, issues with logic. You know, the moon logic only really applies to the genre. You know, logs. No animation, just a noise, you know. But this is a very indie enterprise. But remember, anyone who's finds this game interesting, it's free to claim until the 9th of March, 7 PM South African Standard Time. Hey, Cheapness, how are you doing? Thanks for joining the chat. I'm doing well. Just playing this free game, if you're interested. It looks like the kind of game that would even run on the Warhorse, if you're interested. I don't know if... I remember you mentioned something about your PC, but it's not like... that at some point you got a PC. But usually you play on your PS4. So, yeah. Just getting this. I actually had to reschedule a game for this free game claim because because you never can predict when the free to claim game will come. And I was actually planning like the next free games I'm streaming are actually games that for some inexplicable reason the developers gave me codes for. So I'm making some kind of progress. For anyone interested, tomorrow I'm playing Null Transit, an indie platforming game. Well, tomorrow, like Monday morning. Kindly given to me by the people at Halfway Games. I think that's what they're called. I think they're like two friends who made the game. Then on Wednesday, I'll be playing like a roguelike version of Asteroids, like a side-scrolling shooter. By Rogue Plankton, called Dangerous Galaxy, which looks kind of cute. It's kind of mobile gaming, but like lovely. It looks lovely. And then the game I was supposed to play today that I shifted to Saturday, Rue Valley, which is kind of a big indie game, because it was published by Owlcat Games, the people who published Rogue Trader. And it's kind of like a game that's sort of inspired by, Disco Elysium. So, for some strange reason, they thought, let's give this guy this code. Like, and I almost missed the opportunity because, like, my email account is dead. And by some strange coincidence, I just happened to go into there and say, oh, these bunch of people have been trying to get in contact with me. So, yeah. So, if anyone's interested, those are the next free games I'm streaming. Hello, Nick Nielsen. Thank you for joining. Yep, can confirm the moon logic is strong in point-and-click adventure games. Yeah. Just now I mentioned the game. What is it? The game. It's kind of like handcrafted, kind of like claymation. The Dream Machine, about someone that goes into dreams, and in one of the dreams, you kind of have to like take the moon out of the sky by just backclicking and say pick up, and then you have a tiny moon in your inventory, and then you have to like put it in someone's drink as like an umbrella or something. It's very strange. Yeah. Saw handle, rusty saw, and barricade. So, simple combination puzzles. This is the exact footage I used in the short for this free game. Well, not exact. Like, this is a different recording. I played it for like 2 hours in recording, but I'm making a lot more progress because I already played. I know what's happening. Monkey Island did my head in when I was young. Yeah. Although I am a massive fan of the Monkey Island games. At some point I have to play the new one. Oh yeah, Rashef, if you're interested, the Respawn seems to be starting to stream semi-regularly. Like, they streamed like 2 weeks in a row, but it's not like a fixed schedule. So if you're interested in seeing our mutual friend there stream, check that out. But they don't have like a stream schedule or anything like that, so. Okay, I have to combine this with the hammer again. The wood planks. I have to, like, the hammer's broken, how old is that? At least I complete the nailing. See, okay, now you put this over the pit, but I don't think I would trust a plank that I nailed together to hold my weight. I don't know about any of you. Shovel, get these plates off the floor. Once again, an example of it not having much animation, this game. Okay. Okay, there it goes. It's a symbol. Okay, there it goes. Okay. So I have to memorize these. Circle, cross, up triangle, down stripe triangle, down triangle, up stripe triangle. Okay, hopefully I remember that. Okay, wait, okay, wait. Alright. In real life, I don't trust planks. I rather use the scaffolding. There wasn't enough wood for scaffolding. Although technically, there were like a lot of other planks that we left there. So maybe we could like... And there were logs, you know? We could have, like... Maybe just, like, stab a couple of, you know, support logs onto that thing. Or something. As Albert said, renovations are carried out upstairs. I'd better take that scroll and leave this place quickly. Okay, this is just an artifact. Bookshelf. They seem to have compiled a pretty impressive collection for such a small colony. If he were someone known all over the world, I would have probably heard of him. Who is he? It's strange dialogue. Okay, my father took me with him this morning. They gave us plenty of furs in return for the food and tools we delivered to them. At one point, the atmosphere got a little tense, and I walked right up to my father. I wanted to do something about it, but I just clenched my fist. Someone ought to let them have it one of these days. After we returned home, when I asked my father about the argument, he said it was about nothing. But I know there's more to it than that. Last night, someone suddenly knocked on our door. It was my father's right-hand man, and he said there were some visitors in his cabin. Out of curiosity, I spied on them from afar. I saw the tribe chief, and next to him, another native man who had a strange look. The chief respected that man very much. They stayed inside for far too long. It was as if something heated and important was being discussed, but I couldn't stay more and had to go home to sleep. Judging by this display, it must have belonged to someone quite special. I wonder who John and Nicholas are. Okay, here's the bookshelf. Like, for some reason, there's a skull. Yeah, if you're gonna put the skull here, surely the skull should be in glass, too. You know. Just, I wonder what's inside. Chest key. I found the scroll Albert wanted. Now I can take this to him, or I could look around for a bit longer. Okay, stop. Let's face that. I saw the way this planks, but that door wasn't hidden. Like, you clearly see through it. Okay, there's some sort of tunnel in my house. As I was suspecting, Governor Walton, someone was in here. Well, is here. This man is violating our town's legacy. I see him, Mr. Henry. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Roland, take this man to my cabin. It's a misunderstanding. Take him away. Still, you have the attitude to, like, have this arms crossed animation. I see you are awake. Yeah, how long have I been sleeping here? Not for long, no offense, but Roland had to do it, since you resisted coming here. I am John Walton, governor of the Crowalt. I wish we could have met under better circumstances, Mr. Walton. You could have chosen better circumstances. Listen, I'll set you free. You've made a very good friend in this town. Albert paid bail for you. He's waiting for you at the door. You're free. Go talk to Albert, Roland. Open the door for Mr. Ratcliffe. Yes, sir. Strange, because usually in point-and-click adventure games, a prison escape is like a main, like, you know, sequence. You know, how do I get this key? How do I open this door? How do I get past the guard? You know, it's fertile ground. Also, something I saw when I saw the Respawn stream, they were streaming Marathon. Like, Marathon doesn't look as bad as people thought it would look, and the reviews are solid. They're like 91% very positive on Steam. Although they aren't being played by that many people, I saw like a lot of posts on LinkedIn. They get like 35,000 concurrent players, which isn't that bad considering how hard it is to get someone to play your live service game. But then by comparison, they show the amount of people playing Slave Aspire 2, and it's like 350,000 people. And in all fairness, I'm far more excited about Slave Aspire 2 than about Marathon, but like in full fairness, Marathon doesn't look that bad. In fact, there's some nice lore beats and stuff. Although, the thing is, it probably won't dethrone Arc Raiders. I'm guessing Arc Raiders is also an extraction shooter. I'm not sure what Arc Raiders really is, But the thing is, it feels like Arc Raiders has more colorful lore in-game, where Marathon probably has more colorful lore out-of-game. Because you have like this creepy, like, neon glowing guy saying things to you. Somehow they make the corporations like, they make the wires and glowing corporate speak fun in a way. But in-game it's like, apart from like the cuboid guns and stuff, like you're fighting very generic robots and stuff. Is there an escape hatch in your cell? No, like, you don't have to escape it. Maybe someday you have to, but like now, no. I heard there is a South African online team shooter called Looted. I don't think that's an online team shooter. I think it's kind of like a 2D runner type deal. It's a game, like you probably read that it's a game about, going to like the British Museum and stealing artifacts, I think I wishlisted it. It kind of looks like a 2D runner, stealth gamey thing, but with very like cinematic like angles. Although I don't know, maybe there is a shooting element to it, but it's like about heist, so I'm assuming it's a stealth thing. Unless it's like full-on Payday, but it's definitely not a first-person shooter. I definitely saw like 2.5D perspective there at work. But yeah, I think a South African developer did make that. I think it released earlier like last month. But thanks for the heads up, Rashab. Yeah, it is an interesting thing. And at I have a different South African game that at some point I have to play, because not a lot of people have played it, called Teenage Blob, where they seem to take like different like games and make their own indie versions of it. For instance, as the version of Paperboy, where you just chuck the papers and you do all these odd jobs to get money because you need to get the newest pair of boots, but you're a blob with eyes. It's a thing. Also, the OG Marathon game is free on Steam. I did see that, but do you think I would like it? Because I've started doing this thing. You will see it in my next review cycle, where I started reviewing games that are free forever, so that I can make a playlist, because I put that playlist together, free games, because I'm cheap and so are you. But I thought maybe I could put them, the free forevers, there. Because it's kind of weird to have things that are only free until this time, because it loses its relevance. But if it's just a succession of free for always games, people might be more willing to watch the entire thing. And if I can put the ads on them, because if you put the ad on a video and you get subscribers from it, that doesn't count towards monetization. Their subsequent views do, but that doesn't. But if you can advertise a playlist, and they subscribe to you on the second or third or whatever a video, those subscribers will count. Those views will count. So maybe I can do that to extend my reach. Have you heard that they made a South African version of The Office on Showmax called The Kantoor? Yes, I've actually seen some of it. I avoid Afrikaans shows, but like they have some good gags. The newest ad, they had a gag where the person in charge the head person in charge came in to the person who's the joke, who's the Steve Carell character. I think his name is Russi. And then there was like some sort of incident, and then he said, "You can't cancel Poloni." And then Scott Besaidno's character said in Afrikaans essentially, "You can't cancel Poloni." Not even... can't remember what the disease's name is, but the thing that, I'm not even going to name it because maybe it's a bit offensive because people die. The thing that affected the cold meats a couple of days ago, a couple of years ago, not even that could do it. Which is a good gag if it will offend some people because, unfortunately people pass away because of it. But there are some funny gags there, but I'm still resistant to it. What I remember about Marathon is the story is System Shock meets alternate timelines or universes or something. It does look kind of System Shock, it's like, it's very, sci-fi word salad. I'm going to put, electronics on every single wall. Kind of like early Star Wars decor, There's just going to be blinking lights everywhere. Or maybe Star Wars is unfair, but early sci-fi. We're going to put lights on every surface so that okay, you're in a spaceship. Listeria, yeah. Not back and close. Like Rashad is right. Yeah, Listeria. But he used the Afrikaans term. I think Listerius or something like that. I heard about the Contour. I hope it's as good as Complex. I haven't seen Complex yet, but I think the Contour is probably the best Afrikaans comedic show because it's very close to quality of the American shows. There's of course going to be a gap because it's a remake. You're never really gonna give the remake that much credit. Well, unless it's like an American remake of a British show. Unless they do something radically different. But, I mean, you have to admit, it's funny setting the show in a company that sells bologna. I mean, that's like a low-hanging fruit, like South African thing, but, fair enough. They say they're selling bologna. Don't mention it, you. Albert. Look what happened because of you. You were the one who told me to sneak in there. I told you this was too risky. Now how am I going to be able to continue my research in Crowalt? Everyone will know and they'll turn against me. Calm down, Hugh. You'll see that it ain't gonna be the way you think. See, okay, if those textual errors earlier were just Old English, then here's someone saying ain't gonna be the way you think. How is it gonna be then? You don't realize what's had just happened. I've been caught sneaking into the common treasury. Governor Walton has assured me that no one will know anything about this. Why would he do such a thing? Because he needs you, Hugh. And at the same time, we need to gain his trust. I mean, you need to for your research. Look, Look, did they take the sealed scroll from you? No, I still have it. I wonder why they didn't take it. Because the governor will completely ignore what happened there, and you will do him a favor in return. Corrupt dealings already on day 1, or day 2 technically. Like, see, it's kind of like this absurd journey, but it feels very serious. Look, you'll see it'll be beneficial for you too. If the governor isn't keeping a close watch on you, you can continue research the way you want to. Do what he says, earn his friendship, and relax. I don't think you have any other options at this point anyway. Now give me the scroll. It's still sealed, right? Yeah. Perfect, now take this. It's a map of Crowalt. It will make your job easier in every way. Wow, I wasn't expecting that, Albert. I guess I should thank you then. The reasons to thank me will keep coming. I've promised I will help you find what happened to the lost colony. You just have to trust me. Now go and speak to Walton. Alright, I'll see what he has to say. He doesn't seem to be a very expressive person. I can't say I very much like people are difficult to understand. Well, no one does. There are more people like that around you than you know. Okay, well, maybe some people stuff, because some people, for certain reasons, they're just difficult to understand, and it's not necessarily their fault. There's no point in dwelling on it. You go back to the cabin. I have some work to do. See you later. Alright. As I mentioned just now, I'm doing that playlist about free-to-claim forever games. But the thing about some free-to-claim forever games is they're so short, you can only make a short about them. I mean, because you only have like 20 minutes footage. Although I recently managed to get a long form done, 4 minutes, about a game that took me 40 minutes. So, you know, you can sometimes make it work if the game's worthwhile. Also, anyone watching, remember this game is free to claim until the 9th of March, 7 p.m. South African Standard Time. I'm really sorry about what happened, a misunderstanding. No need you, what's done cannot be undone, and we both know it very well. Now the important thing is that I'll give you an opportunity to fix this another chance. You know what, I'll even give you a reward. For your little research, what was it? The Lost Colony. Yes, the Lost Colony. For some reason now that we talked about Polony, I'm just thinking about like a South African film called The Lost Polony. Like it seems like something that Brandon Jack would have been involved with back in the day. But well, like a friend of mine actually like asked my help to find out where can you actually watch Foot Skating 101 and Straight Out Benoni, because it's surprisingly difficult to actually find those films nowadays. Yes, that Lost Colony. I'll let you do your research on the upper floor of the Common Treasury if you can handle the task I'm about to give you. That is the place where we keep and protect the most important things of our history, which you don't usually let outsiders see. It contains much more than what you sound downstairs. That would be great, Mr. Walton. I know, but as I said, you'll have to prove you're deserving first. I don't know if you've met them before, but we share this area with a tribe called Tanaka. Or Tantanka. Tantanka. The river separates our area from theirs. We don't cross into each other's territory except for trade and other necessary matters. Although, okay, I'm not gonna read that, this offensive statement. But aren't you, in all fairness, you as being very, much more open-minded than stereotypically a person at this time would have been about this. Okay. Okay, but suffice to say, we need these permission papers. And he just says something that might be, I'm gonna skip, because I've been talking a lot here. You know, time flies when you're talking about bologna. I keep on thinking of a bologna sandwich. Back in, like, when I was younger, I used to, like, eat, like, mayonnaise and bologna sandwiches. Which some people might find, like, utterly horrifying. But back then, I would eat, like, pilchard sandwiches. And I would eat, I actually, for time, I would just eat, like, a single slice of bread with mustard on that was sliced into squares. My palate wasn't refined. Once I made myself some Nesquik milkshake, and accidentally, without thinking, I poured a couple of scoops of the powder into the glass, and then just threw the milk into the metal container, and then sort of just ate it like ice cream, because at that point, you know, it was too late. Which is like a slightly revolting thing. Yep, I was thinking bologna and mayo. Well, I didn't know if that was a thing, you know. I thought it was just a weird thing I did. If you don't have permission or something important to say, don't linger around here much. Guns. Fine, you are the strongest. How these men love to show off. This game has a slight procedural generation, because last time I played this, he started with how these men love to show off. So maybe it counted, okay, I have to show him the second statement. Okay, maybe not fine, you're the strongest, because you already saw the first. So that's a small but nice thing. Permission slip. Here's the permit I got from Governor Walton. Wow, you must be on some pretty important job. And that makes me think of, like, Walton Goggins as the ghoul from Fallout. I haven't watched Fallout yet, in case Rashav asked me, but like, because I don't like have Amazon Prime subscription or anything like that. Although I think I saw it on Showmax, although Showmax is coming to an end, I'm sure, I think, sort of, you know, with the Canal Plus acquisition. You can pass, it's none of our business what you're looking for on our side. Or, well, I don't know if it's the Canal Plus acquisition that's doing this, or just it can't compete with Netflix, maybe, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what led to that happening. I mean, I say I don't like this type of pixel art, but in all fairness, this is decent, you know. This is a decent little scenic scene here. They look pretty nice. If I had to stereotype, is that when you think of crops that were grown on America from the start, like tobacco was one of them, I think. Is that what a tobacco plant looks like? Because it doesn't look appetizing, so this must be something you smoke or something. It's a great show. I'm guessing so. I haven't really got into the whole streaming thing yet. Okay, where are you going? Oh, wait, okay, I need to bring them a liquor delivery. So that there's actually one, like, reason for me to be here. Not 100% faithful to Fallout, but still great. I like Kingdom's art style. Yes, I loved Kingdom's art style. But there's, in an attempt to make this more detailed, as you can see, technically it's pixel art, but it almost looks like a cartoon style. As you can see, these trees. If you look very closely, you can see it's like pixels. And there's like a hit or miss quality to it. But yes, you'll see, like, pixel art of Kingdom is incredible. Also, Kingdom Classic is free to claim forever if you want that. That's one of the games in the current, like, playlist that will be able to stay there. You know, because, like, I mean, I bought Kingdom. You know, it was worth buying, so having it for free is like a slam dunk. Oh wait, I have to go to Riley. She has the, business. Tomatoes and potatoes. Like, this is kind of like a whimsical, but yet, like, serious, whimsical yet serious music. Ooh, let's solve this mystery. Okay, Riley, do you have something for me to do? Okay, I'm gonna skip these. That Albert guy. Where do you supply all this fresh meat from? I'm not surprised you asked that. We barter with the Tatanka tribe. They are the ones we share this land with. In exchange for drinks, I provide them. They give us meat. I have it. It was the first game I tested on Linux. Ah, okay. So you're saying it works on Linux? Because like, someone actually recently asked me about a game whether it works on. Okay, no. Okay, I thought like no. They asked me if it works on Apple. Yeah, not Linux. Okay. In exchange for drinks I provide them, they give me meat. Of course, sometimes we use the currency they call wampum. And this way I don't have to buy meat from that Grizzly Andrew. Like Grizzly Adams. I don't know what wampum is. I've heard the term, but I don't know what it's made of. The Andrew from the marketplace? The one who is also your customer? You're right on the nose. Now forget Andrew, I couldn't deliver drinks to the natives yesterday due to insufficient stock, And as you can see, I can't leave this place since Clement hasn't arrived yet. I will give you these scissors if you deliver the liquor barrel to them. I got them from Old Man Ruts. He said that they were made by the Tatanka tribe warriors, but I don't know if that's true. Well, I accept it. I'll deliver the liquor. Alright. Okay. Show me the arrow. I need to click on the arrow to be able to go. Okay, there we go. This is a farmhouse. This is a very small farm, it looks like. Unless it goes very deep. Yeah. I mean, because you gotta be close to the market before. Otherwise, you have to like lug all those things before there was like refrigeration and stuff. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know if everyone saw, like, a while back I did another free-to-claim stream of Paragnosia. And I actually accidentally completed that game twice in the span of 2 hours. It has, like, this weird anomaly spotting ending, too, where, like, a vortex opens and you have to see spot all the differences. I came to deliver liquor. I'm here for the liquor delivery Riley sent me. Sounds about right. So get in before I change my mind. He came for a delivery, let him in. That means you're the one bringing the delivery. Follow me and I'll show you where to drop them. In other words, an adventurer. I'm chasing mysteries. Mysteriously disappeared from the okay. Or at least that's what the big chief said. I'm not surprised. I haven't heard anything useful from the people around here except for a couple of minor things. Okay, the internet's slightly jolted now. I have to get back into the Twitch side in case anyone there sends a message. Sorry if it's, you know, bugging out on the side. Okay, maybe if I refresh. Okay, there we go. There we go. It's back. I understand. I hope this quest goes well. Hey, if there's any other problem, I'm here. I'd be happy to talk to you, Hugh. Thanks, Tawa. If you want to talk, you can find me here in front of the big tent in the middle of the camp. I can't remember. I think the quest is I have to find their shaman. But this is around about the place I reached when I was testing. All of them are very nice and in harmony with nature. They're probably gone from hunts. It probably has to do with their beliefs. Hey, Yar, alright? Was it Mawokon? Because I thought that was like maybe just known for like the Mohawk tribe, maybe? Or am I mischaracterizing this? I'm not sure. But he said Yar, so maybe he did some moonlighting with the pirates. Okay, just skip for all his texts. May I meet your chief? No offense you, but Oskanuguro isn't everyone's go-to person. After all, he is the leader of this tribe. But since he is my grandfather, I can make an exception for you. Wait a minute, are you the chief's grandson? Exactly, I can put you in touch with him. But you will do me a favor in return. There's something I'm having trouble with. It's a very important matter for me. I think I can help you, Tawa. Tell me what it's about. Bring the chief's grandson in this tribe. Being the chief's grandson in this tribe means nothing in terms of being a true warrior. Everyone, including me, has to prove their abilities. In order to prove myself, I went hunting the other day and was successful, but that's not enough. I need to make myself a vest using the hide I got from hunting. This is one of my weakest skills. I've been given some tips on this, but I'm still not sure if I can do it myself. Can you help me with this? I'm sure you could do it better than me. At least it's worth trying. What were the tips you were given? Let me get to work right away, but then you're going to put me in touch with the chief. Of course I will, Hugh. Warrior's word. First I will give you the lever, which is my hunting booty. Then you'll have to go to softball at the camp and have it wrought. Of course you'll wonder why I can't just do that myself. Basically, if I'm the one who goes to softball for this, everyone will figure out I'm not the one who made the vest. But no one will suspect you after you have softball work to hide. You must sew a couple of buttons on the front of it. You can do that using a needle and thread, and you'll also have to find a button. It's a rather unexpected favor that you ask me, but it sure is easier than breaking someone out of jail. Oh, of course it is. I'm sure it won't be difficult once you find the necessary materials. You can find me here after you have the vest ready. Here is the lever. Good work, my new friend. Thanks, Tawa. Okay. Okay, it might work. A rope. You know, just picking stuff up. I remember when I was playing Grim Fandango, listening to the additional commentary, you know. One of the people there, or maybe it was on a different game, but it was definitely someone. Hello there, what do you want? Hello there, what do you want? Alright, that was straight to the point. I need this hide made into a vest. I think you can do it by working on it with a hammer. I've heard you're the best at this. You've heard right. Okay. The internet conked out again on the Twitch side at least. You've heard right. I can handle this easily, but I unwittingly gave my best hammer to that old man in your town, Russ, during our last trade. If you can get it back, consider it done. I can handle it now, but if you bring me my hammer, it will be of better quality and free of charge. Well, I don't have many shillings to spend anyway. I'll bring your hammer. Then get to work. Get my hammer back from old Russ, and I'll make your vest. You want it for yourself, right? Yes. Having come this far, I also wanted to have a commemorative outfit. Well, then act on it. I am rather parched. It's rare if I get this parched, but I've been talking more, once again, about the Polone. But we have about 40 minutes left of the stream, I can hold up. Sometimes free to claim is a good enough keyword to attract people. Other times you have to use the genre, I think. So I'm not sure if a point-and-click adventure game like this, it would have been better to just, you know, use point-and-click instead of free claim, but I mean, some people might be curious because it doesn't necessarily look like a point-and-click adventure game. Maybe someone thought it was like a platformer or something from that thumbnail. That darn pest is getting on my nerves again. When I find him, I'll make sure he spends the next night next to Freddy. Who made you such angry? That I used in the short. Maybe it's Old English. I don't think it is. Who is Freddy? I'm angry at my son, and Freddy is our next-door neighbor, Mr. Luddington's Scarecrow. So her punishment for her child is to have him sleep next to the Scarecrow in like an open field or something. That imp scattered all my fabrics around. This keeps happening, all my work is compromised. I'm really sorry to hear that. The least I can do is help you pick up the scattered fabrics. You'd be of much help. While you do that, I can go in search of Henry. I hear he's been seen running around the town square. I have 4 pieces of fabric. If you find them all, I'll make you a nice outfit in return. I pretty much glove this whole town. Thank you, Miss Braca. Miss Braca, nice to meet you. Name's you. I don't need any new clothes, but I could borrow your skills for something else. Anything you'd like, anything at all. Since you work with fabrics, I was thinking you could make me a warrior's vest. So you're a warrior? Yes, I need a warrior's vest. I'll bring you the lever and some buttons for it. I have to find a needle and some thread, then we'll have all we need. I think we can work this out easily. Child's play. Find those fabrics and get some buttons, and after you've got your lever worked by blacksmith or something, then come back to see me. I got the needle and thread. Maybe I can even show you how to sew it. Let's think about that later. I better get back to work. I'll see you later. See you. Okay, I'm not going to do that yet because there's a quest that's probably going to give us more things here to decide. Oh wait, do I first have to get the quest? Okay, let's go for the proper channels. Bam, bam. Okay. Let's go this side. We can get at least 2 pieces of factory at the marketplace. I remember that much. I got those 2 first. And we can... Okay, maybe we ask Mr. Ross how to get the hammer back. I heard that you have a hammer. It's priceless, young man. It is incredibly skillfully made. Really? So Softball did not exaggerate. No way to convince you to sell it. Well, there's something you can do for me. That's what I'd like to hear. Tell me, what can I do for you? At least what you know what they want. Yes. Sometimes it can be hard to glean from the point-and-click adventure games, even when they nudge you in the right direction, what it is they want. That's what I'd like to hear. Tell me, what can I do for you? I would be grateful if you could deliver this note to my dear Margaret. I miss her so much, but I can't meet her every day because it's such a long way to her house. Old age, you know, I want her to hear from me at least. So it would be very meaningful to me if you could deliver this note to her. Fair enough, I can do that. So how can I reach her? You can talk to the boatman in the harbor and he'll cross you over. Yeah, there you'll see Margaret's house. Just tell the boatman Philip that you want to go to Berkeley's. Yeah. That's why we needed to go to Russ to have a reason to interact with the boatman. Andrew the meat seller, who is the same shade as the sunset, as the horizon. So his bald head just blends in. Okay, lost fabric. Talk to him. He'll tell us if we could take the fabric. About lost fabrics. I think that red fabric on the counter must be Braca's. Her son misbehaved and scattered our fabrics around. He must have thrown one of them on your counter. If you don't mind, can I take it and hand it over to her? Oh, yes, of course. Her son must have indeed left it here. I remember that imp was running around here too. I didn't even realize the fabric was on the counter. You can take it and give it to Braca. Okay, here's a cemetery. There's nothing yet in the church, so I won't go into the church. And you can't yet go to the cemetery. A blue ox. It's like I stepped into fairyland, not a colony. Moo. Here's where I put that gag in my short, that the person asking alms puts them in a single crock. You're pretty big. Blue ox. I'll skip through the dialogue. Can I now talk to the ox? Ooh, okay, no, it just likes talking to him. Paul Bunyan. A Paul Bunyan gag. I thought there was another, like, rag somewhere around here. Who are you? I'm only a beggar, so people say. Like, they go through this whole bit, like, why won't you tell me my name, whatever. A giant man. What do you think about the giant lumberjack? Okay. I don't think I'm gonna get anything by talking to him yet. And I can't go there. He's like, don't go there. Bum, 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 bum. Potatoes, tomatoes. Alright, I'm gonna put the highlight on just in case there's a rag I'm not seeing. Going to Riley's place. Maybe she's using it as a bar rag. No. Can we talk to her maybe? Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, now you can interact with his chest. Must you have a key? Because we've got a lockpick. Can we find something? Grab the scarecrow's shirt for rags. Yeah, it's rare in point-and-click adventure games that you can do the direct thing. The most direct thing I've ever seen in a point-and-click adventure game was the second game I ever reviewed, that Metal Dead, that zombie game about the metalheads, the Flash game. And like, there's that bit where you can just take a pipe, there's a zombie in front of you, and you can just run and just bash him on the head. End of puzzle. No combination puzzles. Done deal, you know. Otherwise, you just have to be incredibly convoluted about the whole thing. Okay, there's nothing here. I thought maybe if I took another look here, I would find something. But I already have the buttons I need, so, you know. Over in this chest, like Riley's probably gonna give me a key, or someone else is gonna randomly give me a key to handle the situation. This game has a slight 3D effect. As you can see, like, see, this feels like 3 dimensions, sort of. Like, it feels as though it was like laying that way, not drawn that way. Governor's office? I don't think I have to go into governor's office yet. Okay, here's a lost fabric. A bit wet, but nothing to do about it. Huh. One of these flower beds died. Okay, I think I'm gonna find a needle in this haystack. Oh, what? Am I supposed to have some sort of tool to get rid of the haystack? Maybe a shovel will do? Oh, okay. I know where to get a rake, but come on. Oh, what? You can't just pull it. Oh. I know where to find a rake. I know that. Okay, everything is the same here. They bricked over the barricade now. There's nothing new to get here. Alright, okay, there's only one thing for it. We have to go to the boatman. I don't know if the tribe will give us, but I think we need stuff really to get anything at the tribe. How many pieces of fabric do I actually have? 2. I feel like I missed one that I had yesterday that I don't have today. My God. This is a very fancy carpet for this sparse cabin, you know. At this point in time, that must have been incredibly expensive. Oh, okay, there, a lost fabric. 4, yes, okay. So we just need one piece of fabric. Okay. Alright, go to the docks. Little rock. Toolbox. Okay, catch this spider. I'm like just with a hand, you know, just grab that spider with a hand. Ah, get this off me, get it off. What the hell's wrong with you? Anyway, I guess you should thank you for waking me up from that dream. Hey, you must be Philip. But Philip, I doubt that we are having an efficient conversation. Don't stand there and mumble to yourself, speak up. What do you want? By the way, I'm Philip, one of a kind in Crowalt. I need to get to the other side, to Berkeley's place. The Berkeley's place? That man built his house outside of town to get some peace and quiet. And that, you still don't let that man have it? Well, it's not my business. Yes, I can do that for you. Of course. As if it were that easy. We need something to get across. Sure, what do you need? One of the oars of my boat is missing. We cannot go without it. Isn't one enough? We're just going to cross. I'm an old man, but since you can't see that, you're in worse shape than I am. I won't move without 2 oars. So where can I find the second oar? I had a little too much to drink here last night. I was using one of the oars to chase one of those evil spirits that bother me at night. I don't remember where I left it. Evil spirits? What do you mean? Exactly, evil spirits indeed. I don't actually remember where this whole chase thing started. Just grabbing a spider sounds like a bad idea. Oh, thank you. Even doing that to tarantula isn't like... You don't grab them, you know, it's like... Well, some people like, depending on how resilient it is, where they are. Exactly, evil spirits indeed. I don't actually remember when this whole chasing thing started. I'm not talking about last night. I've been in this chase for a long time. I sleep around here. I mean, this seems like one of those things where people on LinkedIn who police grammar would like say, oh, the Oxford comma would be funny here, you know, like, I sleep around here. Evil spirits, on the other hand, have been messing with me in the evenings, ever since I can remember. Maybe it's relevant here. Huh? You think I ever tried sleeping somewhere else? I'm telling you, they're after me. As a matter of fact, I've been told others have heard and seen things like this too, but they ignore them. They only want their cakes and ale. I understand, then if I find this oar, we'll cross over. Slow down, I told you I was drunk last night. Besides, you don't expect a man this age to wake up right away. Riley makes this nice special tea for me from time to time. If you can get some of that, we can sort this out. Fair enough, I'll handle that, then we can cross over. Exactly, so I'll need you when you're done. Okay. Remember everyone, this game is free to claim until the 9th of March, 7 PM South African Standard Time. Okay, let's do that puzzle, lock picking. There are stink lines that I didn't notice coming from this house, and you'll see now in a minute. Lock. Okay. Lockpick puzzle. This one. This one, and then the last one. Yeah, there we go. Not that hard a puzzle, but yeah, I got confused. I thought you had to do the black indents, but you actually have to do the beige indents. Oh, I didn't know I had such talents. Yeah, it really stinks. It must be coming from that cheese. Touching it can be dangerous to my health. Okay, here's the rake, probably for that hay bale, broken ore. We could probably catch that mouse if we had, you know, cheese to bait it with, but as we'll see now, they don't want me. Okay, I put the ore again back together just with a rope. We can't just put it in the cage. Don't eat Andrew. It's Andrew's cheese. I will claim it in the morning. I have been playing Borderlands 3. Yeah. Yeah, you love to, like, you focus on a few games. Like Borderlands is one of your go-tos. Ooh, a ground. Sorry I missed the past few minutes. Was editing a reel for IG, and tomorrow I'll release my first Victory Royale in Fortnite that I got when I downloaded the game last December. That's good, because your Victory Royale is incredibly difficult to get, I'm guessing. It's one of the reasons I've never tried a Battle Royale, because it's fun playing, but usually it's more fun winning, and I'm guessing it's not that fun to play Battle Royale because it takes so long to actually get a victory. Remember, Nielsi and Rishav both have YouTube channels if you're interested. And it sounds like Rishav also has Instagram presence. I may look it up. I remember once I saw you took a gander at one of my stories. Coincidentally, I checked like who checked the stories, and I saw there you were. If you want to check out the Victory Royale, check it out. Well, I've only played teams so far. Like, I can't remember. Is it like is teams like 4 players, or is it like 3 players, or is it just duos? Wait, you can single and you can duo, and I'm guessing there are like a bigger, because that way you can play with other people, and like it's less pressure. Congrats, getting Victory Royale after the initial bots is real satisfying. Thank you. Wait, I got something out of that earth. What did I get? What did I get? I mean, the shovel's gone now. Oh no, the shovel's still there. The shovel's still there. I got something else. Still like a bit tough, but I like the chaos. Yeah, like benefit from like teams as you can be revived. Although the thing about like Fortnite, I've seen like it goes from bad to worse very quickly. If you die, the rest of your team's probably gonna die too. So, the chance of you being revived not always that good. I'm guessing this hole is gonna be for some other purpose. We're probably gonna try and trap something there because I don't know what we got from that. You can get 4 free and 2-player teams, and briefly for South Park crossover you could have 5 players on a team. Quinn. Oh, okay. I don't know why they did it for that. I saw a lot of the Respawn's content on the South Park, like, collaborations. I actually made a comment, wouldn't it be funny that if you get Victory Royale with Kenny, that at the final animation, he dies anyway? Yeah. I don't know, like spontaneously combusts, or his mech, because they're one of those smaller characters, so they're in those cardboard mechs, right? But some people don't like it. I saw a comment on one of the Respawn things, like they hate it. They downright hate it when they have to put the cardboard mech thing. But you have to do that, otherwise people with shorter characters have an advantage because they're harder to hit. Yeah. That's why some characters can only be like those pets. Or sidekicks or whatever they added. Okay, can I get the fabric now? Okay, lost fabric. Okay, I have all 4 pieces of fabric. I can give it to that woman now. And I need to go to Riley to figure out what she needs from me to make that tea for the boatman. We're coming up on the end of the stream. Thanks everyone for joining. We're Shav and Niels especially for sending their messages. And there's someone I know that like always comes in just for a couple of seconds at the start. You see like 2 like people watching, then they go back, then okay, there was a like. So there's someone who likes me for the algorithm. Which can be risky, but yeah, I appreciate the effort. Yeah. A like that might be scrubbed is better than no like at all, I guess. Okay, I heard that you know how to prepare a special tea for Philip. Hey Riley, Philip said that there's a special tea you often make for him. He needs it now, can you make some? Philip, I'm sure that you spent all night chasing ghosts at the dock. He drinks here in the evenings. And if he must row in the morning, he always comes and asks me to make some special tea. drinking like a fish. Yeah, he was on a drinking spree last night when I arrived here. The usual Philip. I don't normally have much tolerance for anyone, but Philip is an exception for me. He was a really close friend of my father until my father's death. He came to Crowalt with my father when I was just a little girl. Oh, really? So your father was the first generation in your family to come to Crowalt? Doesn't sound very old to me. True, but still, we're one of the oldest families here. Otherwise, do you think that it'd be so easy to run this place, the heart of this town? How about the specialty? Yeah, they mentioned like this is like a really hard town for people to live in. Oh, and gives her the litter. The mate's shown up for a like. Yeah. I remember last month watching a video on the in real life mystery of the colony of Roanoke. Really? So, because I heard the island of Roanoke thing before. And I thought it was like based on something real. But I'm guessing this is gonna play fast and loose with the details. You know, point and click adventure games usually do. Usually there's a point where everything gets magical. Milo Rossi has some good archaeological videos. I saw his video on Roanoke. Yeah. Like, you guys are deeper in YouTube than me. I really, if it wasn't for Jinx, I probably wouldn't have got that deep on actually watching YouTube. Like, usually why I'm watching YouTube is I watch my own stuff for, like, the retention stuff. I watch your stuff, guys' stuff when it happens. I watch Jinx, and Jinx is gone now. I watch the, Ready and Fire podcast when it's on, that an ex-Jinx employee is part of. I watched Respawn, and I watched Stephen Colbert, like, last week tonight. And Dan McClellan, but that's it. Otherwise, I just take a gander at the thumbnails, all the weird things they suggest to me. A while back, for some unknown reason, they suggested a tutorial on how to make a balloon sword. You know, so I don't know what that tells you about what I watch. It's all the moonshine, actually. However, it makes him feel good. So just keep making it when he needs it. Grab some of the strange plants that you'll see after you cross the bridge that leads to the tribe area. Also draw some water from the well with a bucket. Then mix the plant leaves with the water in the mug and give it to him. It'll be more than enough to him. Wild water. Come on, Riley, mixing beer with water, and now this? That was necessary. I don't care how much they drink, it's their choice, I'm just trying to keep them happy. Philip is different, this is what he wants, and this is what makes him feel good. Oh, anyway, I'm just gonna cut it short. So, what do you want from me in return for this useful information? I don't want anything from you, here's the mug. Really? I was getting used to this mutual interest thing here in Crowalt. It's like a tradition in this town. Thank you. Just make sure that Philip is well. Okay. Yeah, watch him. Okay, yeah, they're probably like overlap in the content you watch, man. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, we can give her the I found all the fabrics. Henry scattered around here, there. Okay, another textual error. Here, they. Okay, I don't think you can say use a contraction for they are when you end it. I don't think you can add in it with a there. You're there. You know, like I don't think you can actually do that. It doesn't really sound that good. Yeah, great. I too found that imp and gave him a lesson. Collect the required materials for your vest and come back and I'll start sewing right away. You don't have to look for a needle and thread like I said before. Well, see you later then. Oh, I thought I had to. Okay, good. Because I didn't know where that was going to be. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, let's get some well water. Filled with all sorts of nutritional pests. Okay, water mug. Okay, we got the water. Now we gotta get those plants at the Tonkas tribe area. Dun 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 dun. Oh, Rashav, you missed out. They recently hired a new head of writing for the WWE. I saw on LinkedIn. For some reason, throughout my connections, I saw someone who liked the post of the new writer for WWE. You know, I don't know, like that would that be your dream job? You know, setting up the scenarios and stuff. Like, yeah. Because I don't know if that includes choreography, like when you need to like break something. Like so you have to get the right person, because yeah, if you say the wrong person's just gonna say, yeah, throw into table, chair, chair, chair. You know, you need to get some of the words in there. Yep, cook it before drinking it. What do you think you're doing? This site is our territory, and I cannot allow you to mingle with nature as you wish here. Sorry, I didn't know that. Now we know. Oh, what am I gonna have to do to, like... Probably. Look, where's that incense coming from? Oh, that? It's for keeping the frogs away. There are so many in that creek. I'm burning it so they don't come this way. It's pretty effective, but it smells awful. I guess that's what keeps them away. I've put it out so it doesn't smell too strongly. Go get it if you're curious or you need something. We have more of it. Really? Thank you. You never know when you need something like this. No big deal, stranger. If the people in camp trust you, so do I. Don't betray our trust. Okay, incense to chase something off. It reminds me of that joke. I think it was Mark Goldsmith who made this joke, who said, like, something about WWE always has a surplus of chairs. I can't remember the joke structure, so that you can like bash or as the most chairs, so that you can like bash people. Something like, I can't remember the joke. It was pretty good. Or was that you? But I think it was Mark. I can't remember. Setting up the beef between the characters. Yeah. Okay. Well, I can take some incense. Okay. What do I have to give him? Okay, maybe if I talk to him again. Or do I need like permission from... Okay. Or maybe if I distract him in some way? Woman... What is your role here? Besides mundane things and chores, I'm particularly good with plants. They can become very potent when used correctly. Sometimes they can even be dangerous. Okay, maybe I should bring it to her when she uses it for the tea. Alright, I think I'm going to call it there. Alright. Thanks everyone for joining, especially Nielsen and Rashad for your messages. Please enjoy the rest of your evening or day. If you're interested, tomorrow I will be streaming Null Transit, or like Monday morning-ish. I will be streaming on Wednesday Dangerous Galaxy, and on Saturday I will be streaming Rue Valley. I don't know yet what I'll be streaming on Sunday, or like next Monday. I think that's it. Please remember, if you want to claim this game, free to claim until the 9th of March, 7 PM South African Standard Time. Yeah, as you can see, it's a standard enough free to claim game. It's a solid enough free to claim game. Usually, free to claim games have like roughness in other areas, but here it's just like textual errors mostly. and not that much animation. But you can see, like, it's a good enough thing, you know? Yeah, I think that's about it. Check out Ray and Fire and Respawn and Rishev and Nielse's channels if you're interested. I think that's it. Stay cheap. Oh yeah, alright, enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye, Cheapness. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for joining, guys.